The world is waiting on a response from Israel. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Carter, and this is ENN Now.
And I'm John Kitchen. The nation of Iran fired missiles and drones at Israel this weekend. For details, here's ENN's banning Lutzenberger.
Some of Oklahoma's top elected officials have weighed in on Iran's attack on Israel over the weekend using drones and missiles. Oklahoma House Speaker Charles McCall called Iran a sponsor of terrorist groups and a supporter of Hamas. In a news release, he reaffirmed the state's support for Israel and said Oklahoma stands with the nation against those who want it eradicated. Senator James Lankford went to Facebook to recap the attacks and say the U.S. will stand by our ally, Israel, as they fight terrorists and terror regimes. Also on Facebook, U.S. Senator Mark Wayne Mullen called Iran the world's largest sponsor of terrorism and called on the Biden administration to end its policy of appeasement.
4 people are charged with the disappearance of 2 women who were driving through Oklahoma. With more information, here is Marnie Calvin.
According to the Associated Press, Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly, both from Kansas, were on their way to pick up Butler's kids from a birthday party on March 30th, but they never showed. Police found the car abandoned on a highway in Texas County, Oklahoma. Authorities called in OSBI to assist in immediately suspected foul play. This week, 4 people were arrested and charged with murder and kidnapping. The bodies of the women were just found Sunday. Authorities say they will reveal more about the case this week. In Tulsa, I'm Marnie Calvin.
A murder trial kicks off this week in southern Oklahoma with a bizarre alibi. According to the Oklahoman, 2 friends were going out to fish in South Canadian River near Ada in 2022. According to police, Larry Sanders came back from the trip alone and without a shirt. The Oklahoman reported Larry said that he had to fight his friend to keep from being fed to Bigfoot. Police says he admitted to the murder of his friend Jimmy Knighton because he was trying to summon Bigfoot. Jimmy's body would be found the following day in the river. Larry's been charged with first-degree murder with his trial to start Tuesday at the Pontotoc County Courthouse. The Oklahoman says his defense is going to be that he wasn't sane at the time of the murder and that meth use may have contributed to his mental health problems.
The Oklahoma House and the Senate are working on an agreement on illegal immigration in the state. The legislation is expected to be filed this week. House Speaker Charles McCall said in a news release, this new law would penalize those who willingly enter and remain in Oklahoma illegally. Penalties include up to 2 years in prison for a second offense, as well as having to leave the state within 72 hours. McCall says the bill allows Oklahoma to legally defend its borders. He also says this bill is supposed to make Oklahoma the least attractive state in the U.S. for illegal immigrants.
It is playoff time for the NBA. For details, here's ENN Sports Director J.J. Sten.
After a wild final day in the NBA's regular season, the Oklahoma City Thunder have clinched the #1 seed in the Western Conference. This is the Thunder's second time holding the first seed, the first being in 2012-13 season with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. Along with winning the 1 seed, the Thunder also won their 6th Northwestern Division title, with this one being their first since 2016. The Thunder are the youngest #1 seed ever with an average age of 24, which also makes them the second youngest team in the NBA. For the Thunder, this year marks the 2nd season in a row with a 15-plus win improvement after going 40-42 last season and winning 57 games this year with only 25 losses. The 57 wins is the Thunder's 3rd most in franchise history, and they are the youngest team to reach that amount in NBA history. As they have done in the past, the Thunder will be packing the stadium with free playoff shirts for all fans at every seat. The Thunder's first-round opponent could be any of the current play-in teams, which include the Kings, Warriors, Lakers, and Pelicans. The time for the Thunder's first-round games have not been released, but will be sometime this week.
After weeks of testing, spring has rolled around. As we get closer to the end of the year, Renee Collins has the latest on what to do.
Around here in Tulsa, we have a few fun things happening this week. At the BOK Center, Tulsa Oilers football has their opening season home game on the 20th. At the Tulsa Botanic Garden, the Nature Pop Lego exhibit will be displayed for the public until May 9th. The Azalea Festival will be held at Muskogee's Honor Heights Park until the 30th. In Oklahoma City, the Oklahoma City Thunder play in the NBA Western Conference on the 21st at the Paycom Center. Around Epic, there'll be a field trip to the Rural Electric Co-op in Lindsay on the 22nd. Finally, Tulsa High School students can dance the night away on the 20th at Epic Prom. Get your ticket and all other info on our website. And that's everything on the calendar, so you can have an epic week.
And that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us.
Be sure to keep checking our website and social media pages for more news from our team of student journalists.